All right, everybody. Welcome to the coffee break. I'm Franklin Tag. This is my coffee. I have 6 minutes, 5 minutes now before midnight, my deadline for getting my daily video done on YouTube. I thought I would go ahead and get it done. I had to run to the airport tonight to pick up my wife and my son, who've been away for a couple of weeks. And up until I left to get them, I was in a mad rush to make sure that the house was clean, the dishes were done, and that we had food for tomorrow. So I'm doing it at the last minute tonight, but a couple of things that are going on. One of them is that I know I'm behind the 8 ball when it comes to staying on top of things, but there were two things that I finished in the last 24 hours that I wanted to mention. One of them is the book Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles. I loved Gentlemen in Moscow, and I found the writing and the story, and I listened to the audiobook of Lincoln Highway, and I loved it. Now, part of that may be that I grew up about a half block away from the Lincoln Highway in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. But the funny thing about the book is that it's really not about the Lincoln Highway at all. In fact, very little of the story happens on the Lincoln Highway, but it figures prominently in the metaphor. The other thing that I have been a little bit behind on was I finally watched the movie Don't Look Up on Netflix last night. Now, one of the things that's really interesting is, like, I get that in a 2-hour movie they have to kind of take some precarious plot lines, and there are certainly things that I would have loved to have seen done with the plot that probably would have lent themselves more to a series than a single movie. But I really I enjoyed the movie, first of all, and second of all, I think that there were some messages there that are definitely ones that we probably need to take a little bit more to heart. In particular, the 24-hour news cycle and the proponents of that the news needs to be upbeat and be ratings focused rather than being honest and truthful, was one of them. The other one was the other part of the movie that I found disturbing on some level is that that a big part of the scientific community is not being resourced, and that came out in the movie pretty in a pretty interesting way. That all of a sudden there was this real weird, tech billionaire who had all of this really interesting, stuff, but he was someone who kind of drank his own Kool-Aid. I won't say any more than that, but it felt like to me that the mainstream scientists in the movie really had to fight, first of all, to be heard, and second of all, they were not given the types of resources that they needed to be able to, stay competitive with the private class. So, in any case, I enjoyed the movie. It was disturbing on many levels because there were so many parallels as to what we're seeing happen in the political and media realm today, and the distrust of science and the politicization of damn near everything. So those are the things that really stuck with me. But if you're looking for interesting book to read or an interesting movie to see, those are the ones that I have been watching most recently. Now, I'm 1 minute away from midnight, so I'm going to go ahead and post this, get on my way. I'll be back again tomorrow with another coffee break. Thanks for hanging in there, and I'll see you tomorrow. So long.